When I was growing up, I probably was around 8 to 12 years old, something like that. And I would have these visions when I was going to bed. And it was almost like I was sinking in the bed and the room, like I was shrinking and the room was expanding. And I would get so uncomfortable when I was trying to sleep because of this visual, whatever it was. And my parents had a couch in their room. So sometimes if I got too uncomfortable, I'd go and I'd sleep on their couch, or I'd go to the bathtub and I'd set myself up with pillows and blankets in the bathtub. Hi, I'm Holly, and I'm sharing a part of my journey to bring courage and inspire you on yours. And as I've really come into this alignment with my spirituality, which is simply returning to wholeness and who I am, I look at these things that I remember from my childhood, which is not much. There are many things that I still have not connected with from my childhood. But there's these times where I think back and I'm like, what did that mean? What was actually happening there? Because my parents were so disconnected. They were so focused on what they were doing and the things that our family was doing that there was no spiritual connection. It was difficult to even talk about deep emotions or dialogue, let alone go into spirituality or the meaning behind the things that the circumstances and situations that we encounter as we're growing up. And the bathtub was always this safe space for me at night. I was afraid of it in the day because one little piece of grass or a hair, I would not even get into the bath. It's like the princess and the pea. What safe space did you have when you were growing up? There was another spot. I was in about 3 homes growing up. And when we were 7, my parents built a home and we moved there. And behind the home was downhill, a ravine, and a forest and an open field. So we had a huge tree out there with a tire swing. There was climbing trees. Excuse me. There was climbing trees. So we'd go back there lots. So that was another safe space. There was this one climbing tree that we always used to climb up. But there's always these places that have this energetic, it's almost like a zone of protection where there's energies surrounding that area where you feel, where you can be your authentic self, where you can, where you're safe, where it's almost like the energy encourages you to be more of you, to embrace that inner child, where we feel safe, we feel comforted, we feel like we can be innocent and vulnerable and live life with joy and not worry about what anybody else thinks. Tell me about your safe spaces. Did you have a safe space when you were growing up? When we are so caught up in our day-to-day life, we can forget that there are these spaces that we can reconnect with or we can go to, and it will bring us that feeling like everything is okay. 444. Mwah. Bliss for each and every one of you.